I am once again on my way to Shobodan training. I'm actually late for Shobodan training. Late because Lilia's school was kind enough to schedule their 3 times a year recycling fundraising drive day thingy at the exact same time as my Shobodan training session is today. How so kind of them. So as it turns out, a volunteer firefighting group, Shobodan, in Japan is not just about fighting fires, of which there was another one yesterday that I could not go to because I was right in class. I'm sitting in class, the alarm goes off, about like that, maybe a little longer and a lot louder, and all the kids go, oh, there's a fire. I said, yeah, just wait a second, and sure enough, about 20 seconds later, my phone goes off because I got email saying there's a fire. And then about 56 minutes later, another email came saying fire's out. They obviously didn't need my help. As I said, the Shobodan is not just about fighting fires because today the training is for sandbagging. Just under 3 years ago, this river right beside me was incredibly flooded. My video was on TV in America on a couple different channels and programs, clips of it anyway, and I was interviewed on the BBC live, so I was live broadcast around the world already almost 3 years ago. It seems so quick. At that time, Shobodan were out helping out, sandbagging, you know, trying to stop the waters wherever they could, help people however they could. At that time I was not in Shobodan. Of course, then I couldn't have gone out either. I was watching 3 small children. Number 4 hadn't been born yet. I'm about 10 to 15 minutes late. Shouldn't be a big deal. The only problem is I don't know how much of the sandbagging training I can do because 3 weeks ago when we were doing community cleanup, pulling all these weeds out of a river, I hurt my elbow and it still hurts. So if I lift anything heavy, that really hurts. So maybe I'll have to lug sandbags one-armed, one-handed. The good thing about this is when the training is all done, we're all going out to lunch. Last time it was yakiniku. That was delicious. This time, no idea. At the end of this, I could be potentially very tired. What a great way to spend your 1 day a week off, huh? So I was totally wrong about what today was. It wasn't Shobodan training. It was actually more of a demonstration day. There were not just Shobodan people there. There were the actual full-time firefighters. There were medical staff. There were people from NTT. There were even people from the J.S.D.F, the Japanese Self-Defense Force, you know, the army. They had trucks and vehicles and all kinds of stuff out. Members of the police force were there. And at one point, for some reason, everyone turned on their sirens and drove in a little parade around the school ground. It was really loud. Of course, the fire trucks did that too, and they put on their display. It was also really loud. And there were a whole bunch of people watching. This was a demonstration of rescue techniques and disaster preparedness for all kinds of people. The Japanese Self-Defense Force had a portable kitchen cooking place set up, and there were some people there, you know, preparing the food, you know, to show what would be done in an emergency, in a disaster situation to, I guess, feed the rescue workers and victims of the disaster. There were some tents, one of which I'm really not sure what it was for. Kind of looked like a portable sauna, I'm sure it's not that. And another looked like an emergency shelter that could be set up really fast because the inside was supported by an inflatable framework. That was pretty cool. The Self-Defense Force showed like techniques of rescuing someone from a land side, I guess. The firefighters are not just firefighters, they are a rescue team. They displayed cutting people out of a car in an accident and getting someone out of from under a car. People practicing carrying victims on a stretcher. Even a rescue helicopter came in and pulled someone off the roof of the school we were at. And I was really kind of jealous because I would have loved to have been the person that got pulled up into the helicopter. That would be so much fun. So I actually didn't do a lot. I mean, I had my part to play. The Shobodan, we made a bunch of sandbags. Or actually, I think the more like city engineers were making sandbags, and we were the brute force to get them where they had to go. First, we just piled up a whole bunch of them, and then at the end of the whole demonstration day, right around 12 o'clock, we started making a sandbag wall. So we formed several lines, and we were just passing sandbags along. So that's all I did to do, is pass sandbags down a line.
That's all.
Well, myself and 2 others of my group did go down to the store to go buy some drinks and sandwiches because we were all hungry and thirsty. I got to observe a bunch of stuff. I mean, I wasn't really able to take a lot of video during the whole thing, but I did have my phone with me. I didn't think it'd be a good idea to take out my video camera. Instead, I just took pictures and a little bit of video with my phone, so that's why the quality is not so great of the stuff you're mostly viewing. Shobodan did have one part, but my group wasn't participating this year. They set up a couple pools of water, or big, they kind of look like portable swimming pools. I would have loved to take a dip, actually, I'm hot. But they daisy chained 3 fire trucks together, so one was feeding the next in case they were too far away from the source of the water. This is, you know, how you do it. And they set some kind of smoking thing on top of one of the school's lower roofs, and they put it out. We're not actually done now yet. All those sandbags we made and used have to be cleaned up. So we loaded a bunch of them up onto a truck, and now we're going to where they're going to be unloaded and kept in case of an actual emergency. I don't know where I'm going. I'm following behind my group's fire truck because, as I said, I was late to the party, so I had to drive myself. So it was interesting to see all this stuff today. I guess it was a bit of training with the sandbag handling. I thought I was going to actually be doing more. I still want some hands-on training with fire hose. I have never yet held a running fire hose. Now we're going to go get something to eat. Well, after we get to wherever we're unloading the sandbags, unload the sandbag. Actually going to get something to eat is going to take some time still. I'm not sure how much is still to be done, but I think that's a good place to finish. So if you like what you see, click that thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Mark Visser, aka Sparkuus. I hope to see you back here for another I Live in Japan very soon. Oh yeah, my hat's in the fire truck. I can't forget that.